Assalamu alaikum, fam. Hope you're doing well. So, we know it's getting harder and harder for women to wear a niqab. So, I think it's good to focus on some strategies we could do as an ummah is to have more women explain why they like it, why they love it, and that could be in many types of scenarios on their personal blog, on whatever medium they see fit, but also pamphlets for dawah tables. There could be so many unique ways where that's described, and creating positive kids song around it, like I love my niqab, I love my niqab, I love my niqab. So something in a nursery rhyme, maybe somebody who's good at writing children's books writes a story about the first niqab she ever bought, right? If you want to influence the culture, you have to write children's books, children's songs. We have to make sure it's halal, right? Maybe blur out the eyes, ask a scholar how it can be done in a great way. We'll find out, all of us have to find out how it can be done so it doesn't violate the traditions. Because if we don't pick up on creating positive imagery campaigns, verbally, physically, through different mediums, we'll find ourselves being more and more closed in, and I think it's quite lazy and quite destructive if people think I'll do nothing and just leave it up to Allah and I don't have to do anything to help preserve the right to cover, right? So if you know that the feminists every single minute, every single day have an ad, have a campaign, have full force activists, think tanks. They're penetrating schools heavily across the globe, projected through the internet. If you know that they have an assault, waves of assault upon the human consciousness, upon female dignity, upon female virtue, you have to be able to hold your shield up and have the right to be modest and the right to not be eye candy for lesbians, bisexuals, and men. It's your right. It's our right to not want to do that anymore, to opt out of the pornographic, hedonism, vapid vein system that has been put upon us. The model life of be a supermodel and then be a stripper, be a porn star, service every guy at the office so you get the corner office. You know, these types of behaviors that are promoted by Hollywood and influencers online and other types of Instagram models and OnlyFans models, this is something that we have to be smart about overcoming. We have to be smart in how we go about it. So create things in terms of songs, kids' cartoons, writing a nice story about a niqab style wedding gown, right? You know, we can go about this in such a beautiful poetic way that it'll convince people and soften their heart to let us wear it. If we write poetry about why we love our niqabs, if we have beautiful pamphlets and have great conversations with other women, it can soften their hearts and it can make them see that we don't want to be like them. We don't want to have our cleavage showing and, our clothes so tight it's like we're naked so that everyone can just get horny while staring at us. We don't want to stimulate strangers, and we don't want to have to do that. We want to secure our salvation. We want to secure our faith. We want to be cozy and covered and keep our contentment within our souls. We don't need to compete with women and sucking in our stomachs and, staring in the mirror to see if you see cellulite and going through the paranoia, delusional, fanatical type of strangeness that comes from obsessing in the mirror all day about your body. We rather have our bodies be nice and intact and, unwrapped for our lover when we decide in our private home. Okay? This is going to be something that we have to work upon. We understand that the leftist regime in America, where they want you to be as sticky in semen as a doorknob touched by candy syrup, that agenda that they have, they glorify what is putrid and raise it up to a level where you realize it's the fakest of gold. If we want to take down that capstone, we want to expose that top of that pyramid isn't made of gold, right? We need to chip off the paint. We have to do it piece by piece, and that means we have to do it wherever we are in our specific environment within our personal lives, and wherever you're alone, you have to be brave, okay? You have to be brave, sisters. You have to be wise. You have to be like that lady in India when she was swarmed by those noodle-armed, weird femboy, guys who just look like they haven't, eaten steak ever. That's the soy boy body. But she was brave, okay? We have to be brave as well. But we also have to be creative. We have to be creative. We have to come up with solutions. Creating, like I said, play dates where you and some other niqabis take your new babies. Let's say they're 2 years old. You put a blanket down. You have a wonderful little picnic. And people pass by. They see you, right? You have some male guardian there to make sure you're safe. And people get to see you from a distance. Also, like I said before, this is really important. If sisters have a beauty spa, where you get your feet done, or a hair salon, I don't know, some business that women have, whatever it is, you can have a laundromat. If you hire more Muslim brothers, more Muslim sisters, this can really help create a safety net for us, because if we're alone, the battle's hard, and this kind of makes it easier for one of us to get picked on. So we have to be able to be there for each other. We have to be there for each other. Whether it's digitally, physically, financially, you have your good friends who are Muslims, you create something that can facilitate the wearing of the niqab, the hijab, the burqa even, if she wants, right? If a sister is really good at sewing, she has a little seamstress shop, and she knows 6 other niqabi sisters who are also good at it, hire those sisters. Instead of hiring, a Chinese immigrant who isn't Muslim or something. We have to go about doing this because the secularists want to wipe out all religious symbols. The Christians will have their battle. The Jews will have their battle. We have ours. And we have to create unique solutions for whatever our particular situation is. And it cannot just be from one YouTuber or one activist online or one physical location in another country. No, rather, we have to have consistent, persistent fluctuations and waves of pro-modesty, pro-hijab, himar, niqab, burqa energy going on. Because it is not wrong to cover. It is not wrong to not want to show our belly buttons. It's not wrong to want to show to only want to show our beautiful legs to our partners. We don't have to wear tight mini skirts to look hot while we bend over for so-and-so. We don't have to do what the porn industry, the human traffickers, the elite degenerates, the cultural cancer parasites that rule us. We don't have to do what they want. It's up to us to really get serious and to have our ideas presented in several mediums. pamphlets, books, kids' songs, kids' cartoons, and asking the scholars, how can we do it in the most halal, authentic way? And more sisters writing books and getting those books into libraries, even handing out those books for free on the street. You get a little booth, you ask the city, however your county goes about it, you have a little booth, you accept that you're going to lose money on it by giving the books away for free, but at least someone might read it and come to a softer position in their heart and allow you to wear it. If you only allow the people who hate our faith to get us to take it off, while they also allow horrific rap songs about the most disgusting things imaginable, if they allow that, and then tell us we don't have the right to cover, we have to point out that hypocrisy, right? We have to point out it's okay to not want to be like them. It's more noble to be like us. And you can get into personal ethics and all that, but we know that being bait for the eyes of strangers is not something that anyone should really want to live up to, and that we ourselves have a right to not participate in their debauchery. And we have to be very, very focused. We have to be steadfast, turn to Allah Azza wa Jal for guidance, and we have to stop thinking that by covering up we're less beautiful. And we have to break free from their fake beauty spell about what beauty is. And we have to help our male siblings to facilitate us in this affair and to help them resist endorsing women who encourage degeneracy, and help them resist the temptation that those women want to pull them into. So hopefully you found this helpful wherever you are, and may God preserve you. May Allah aid you in all your affairs concerning this topic, and may we protect our right to cover from being taken away.